I'm lying in my childhood bed, staring at the ceiling. My head feels heavy, like someone stuffed cotton inside my skull. The room spins slightly when I try to move. Something's wrong. Downstairs, I hear muffled voices. My stepmother, Victoria, is laughing. That sharp, fake laugh she uses when she wants something. My father's voice rumbles in response, but I can't make out the words. I try to sit up, but my body won't cooperate. My arms feel like lead. Panic starts to creep in. What happened to me? I remember dinner. Victoria insisted I try her special tea. She said it would help with my headaches. The headaches started 3 months ago, right after I discovered the safe in Dad's office. I wasn't snooping, just looking for printer paper. But there it was, hidden behind a painting. And it was open. Inside were documents. Legal papers with my name on them. An inheritance from my late mother. Millions of dollars I never knew existed. Money that should have been mine when I turned 25, that's next week. I close my eyes, fighting the fog in my brain. Victoria's been acting strange ever since. Extra sweet. Extra helpful. Now I know why. They drugged me. Growing up without mom was hard. She died when I was 7. Cancer took her fast. Dad remarried 2 years later, desperate for help raising a grieving kid. Victoria seemed perfect at first. She baked cookies, braided my hair, attended every school play. But as I got older, I noticed things. The way she'd steer Dad away when he tried to discuss my college fund. How she'd intercept my mail, small things that felt off. My older brother, James, saw it too. Before he left for the military, he pulled me aside. "Watch her, Riley," he whispered. "She's not who she pretends to be." I didn't understand then. James was always protective, maybe too much. But he was right. Dad's a good man, but he's blind when it comes to Victoria. She knows exactly how to play him. The devoted wife. The caring stepmother. The victim when I question anything. "Riley's just going through a phase," she'd say sweetly. Dad would nod, believing her. I learned to keep quiet. To observe. To wait, and 3 months ago, everything changed. That safe revealed the truth. Mom left me everything. Her family's fortune. Dad didn't even know the full amount. But Victoria knew. She'd known all along. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. I can barely move my hand toward it. Finally, my fingers brush the screen. It's a text from my best friend, Kara. "Still coming to brunch tomorrow?" "Tomorrow. Sunday." The world feels distant. I try to type back, but my fingers won't cooperate. The phone slips from my grip, landing on the carpet with a soft thud. Footsteps on the stairs. Victoria's heels click against hardwood. She's coming. I force my eyes shut, keeping my breathing steady. The door creaks open. I feel her presence hovering over me. She's checking if I'm unconscious. "Out cold," she whispers to herself. Through my barely open eyelids, I watch her pick up my phone. She scrolls through it, probably reading Kara's message. Then she types something and hits send. She's responding as me. Victoria sets the phone back down, then leaves. Her footsteps fade down the hallway. I wait, counting to 100. Then I grab my phone again. The message she sent: "Sorry, not feeling well." Rain check. My heart pounds. She's isolating me. Making sure no one expects to hear from me. This isn't just about the tea. This is planned. I need to stay awake. I need evidence. I force myself to think clearly. The drug, whatever it is strong. But I'm fighting it. Maybe because I'm younger than they expected. Maybe because I only drank half the cup. I remember now. The tea tasted bitter. I set it down after a few sips, claiming I was full from dinner. Victoria's face flashed with annoyance, just for a second. Then she smiled again, just a little more. "Sweetie," she'd urged. "It'll help you sleep," but I refused. Made an excuse about brushing my teeth first. When I came back downstairs, Dad was already clearing dishes. Victoria was dumping my cup in the sink, Heading to bed? She'd asked, too cheerful. I nodded, suddenly exhausted. My legs felt strange on the stairs. By the time I reached my room, I could barely keep my eyes open. Now I understand. She put something in the tea. Enough to knock me out for hours. But why? What are they planning? My hand slides under my pillow. I always keep my old voice recorder there. It's a habit from high school, when I'd record lectures. I press the button. The tiny red light blinks on. If they come back, I'll capture everything. An hour passes. Maybe 2. Time feels slippery. But I'm more alert now. The drug is wearing off. I can wiggle my toes, clench my fists. Voices rise downstairs. Arguing. Dad sounds upset. Victoria's voice is sharp, defensive. I slide out of bed, moving slowly. My legs shake, but they hold me. I creep to my door, pressing my ear against it. Can't do this, Victoria. She's my daughter, she's going to ruin everything. Do you know what happens when she turns 25? We lose it all. My breath catches. They're talking about me. About the inheritance. We'll figure something out legally, Dad says. There has to be another way. There is no other way. Victoria's voice cracks with frustration. Your ex-wife made sure of that. The trust is ironclad. Riley gets everything next week. Everything we've built, everything we've invested, gone. Silence. Then Dad's voice, quieter. Defeated. What do you want me to do? I already told you. We use the medication. Keep her manageable. Just until we can move the assets. Just until we secure our future. My stomach twists. Medication. They're planning to drug me long-term, Victoria continues. The doctor I found will sign off on anything. We'll say she's having a breakdown. I stumble back to bed, my mind racing. They want to declare me mentally incompetent. Drug me into submission. Control my inheritance while I'm too medicated to fight back. This is insane. This is criminal, but it's real. It's happening. I grab my phone with shaking hands. The recorder is still running under my pillow, but I need backup. I open the voice memo app and start a new recording. Then I tuck the phone in my pajama pocket. The door opens without warning. Victoria stands there with Dad behind her. She's carrying a glass of water and pills. Riley, sweetie, you're awake. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes. You had us worried. You passed out right after dinner. I blink at her, pretending to be confused. What happened? You've been under so much stress, she says softly, approaching my bed. Your father and I think it's time you saw someone. A doctor. Someone who can help with your anxiety. I'm not anxious, I mumble. Sweetheart, you haven't been yourself lately. Dad's voice is gentle. He believes this. He actually believes I'm sick. Victoria holds out the pills. These will help you rest. Doctor's orders. I stare at the pills. If I refuse, they'll know I'm onto them. If I take them, I lose control. I'll take them, I say quietly. But can I have some juice instead? Water makes me nauseous. Victoria hesitates. Dad nods. I'll get some orange juice. He leaves. Victoria stays, watching me. The pills rest in her palm. These aren't the same as whatever was in the tea. These are real prescription drugs. Probably sedatives, you know, Victoria says, her voice dropping low. Your mother would want you to trust us. She'd want you to be taken care of. Anger flares in my chest. Don't talk about my mother, someone has to. She sits on my bed, too close. Your mother left you a complicated legacy, Riley. Money like that changes people. It corrupts them. Your father and I are just trying to protect you from yourself, by drugging me. The words slip out before I can stop them. Victoria's expression freezes. For one long moment, we stare at each other, then she smiles. But this smile is different. It's cold. Calculating, so you know, she whispers. Good. That makes this easier. Dad returns with the juice, oblivious to the tension. Victoria takes it from him, drops the pills in her hand, and holds both out to me. Take them, Riley. Now, my hand trembles as I reach for the glass. I take the pills from Victoria's hand. Dad watches me with sad, tired eyes. Does he really think this is okay? Has she manipulated him that completely? I put the pills on my tongue, then bring the juice to my lips. But instead of swallowing, I tuck the pills under my tongue, against my cheek. I take a big gulp of juice, making a show of drinking. Victoria watches every move. Open your mouth. My heart stops. But I do it, sticking out my tongue. The pills are hidden. She leans in, inspecting. Then she nods. Good girl. Now get some rest. We'll talk more in the morning. They leave together. I hear their footsteps fade. The moment I'm alone, I spit the pills into my hand. They're partially dissolved, bitter and chalky. I wrap them in a tissue and hide them in my drawer. Evidence. I pull out my phone. The recording is still going. I check the battery, 68%. Enough for hours. Now I need to hear more. I need them to confess everything. Details. Names. Proof that will hold up. I creep to my door again, opening it just a crack. Their voices drift up from the study. I can't make out words, but they're still talking. I need to get closer. The hallway is dark. I move silently, barefoot on the carpet. Years of sneaking snacks at midnight taught me which floorboards creak. I avoid them now, staying close to the wall. The study door is slightly open. Light spills out. I crouch beside it, phone recording in my pocket. Under my pillow upstairs, the other recorder is still running. Double insurance. Already transferred most of the liquid assets, Victoria is saying. But the trust itself, that's locked until her birthday. Unless we get guardianship, this feels wrong. Dad's voice wavers. She's not actually sick. She will be if she doesn't cooperate. Robert, listen to me. We've invested everything into this life. The house, the cars, my boutique, it's all leveraged. If Riley takes that money and runs, we're bankrupt. She could destroy us out of spite. Riley is not vindictive, she hates me. You know she does. Silence. Then Dad sighs. What about James? If he finds out, your son is deployed overseas. By the time he's back, this will be settled. Riley will be under our care, legally. We'll manage her money responsibly. Everyone wins, except Riley. Riley will be fine. She'll have everything she needs. We're not monsters, Robert. We're just being practical. I bite my lip to keep from screaming. Practical? They're planning to imprison me. Victoria's heels click across the floor. Dr. Hammond will be here tomorrow morning. He'll do an evaluation. You just need to back me up. Tell him she's been erratic. Paranoid. Not sleeping. He'll recommend inpatient treatment. Inpatient? Like a hospital, a facility. Private. Comfortable. Just for a few weeks while we sort out the legal aspects. Victoria, I don't know, Robert. Her voice turns sharp. We've been married for 16 years. I've stood by you. Raised your daughter? Sacrificed my own dreams. Are you really going to throw that away? For what? For a girl who's never respected me, who's counting down the days until she can escape? That's not fair. Life isn't fair. Your ex-wife made sure of that when she locked away a fortune we could have used to build our future together. Well, I'm not letting some trust fund dictate our lives. We deserve that money. We've earned it. My father says nothing. The silence stretches. Then I hear movement. A chair scraping. I need air, Dad mutters. Robert, wait. But he's already moving. I hear the back door open and close. He's gone outside. Probably to the garden. That's where he goes when he's stressed. Victoria stays in the study. I hear her pouring something. Probably wine. She drinks when she's anxious. This is my chance. I need more evidence. Something concrete. I slip back upstairs, moving fast. In my room, I grab my laptop and open it silently. I know Dad's password. He uses the same one for everything. Mom's birthday backwards. I log into his computer remotely using the family network. We set this up years ago for file sharing. I pray he hasn't changed anything. I'm in. His files load slowly. I search for anything related to the trust. There, a folder labeled Catherine's estate. My mother's name, inside are PDFs. Legal documents. Bank statements. My hands shake as I download everything to my laptop. Then I upload them to a cloud drive that only I can access. There's also a subfolder titled Victoria, Private. I click it, email threads. Dozens of them. Between Victoria and someone named Dr. Leonard Hammond. My stomach drops as I read, regarding patient Riley Chen, recommend evaluation for adjustment disorder, possible need for conservatorship, medications to ensure compliance during transition period, legal framework for guardianship, psychiatric hold if necessary. They've been planning this for months. Since before I even found the safe. Victoria knew my 25th birthday was coming. She prepared. I download everything. Every email. Every document. Every piece of evidence. Then I hear footsteps on the stairs. I slam the laptop shut and dive into bed, pulling the covers up. My heart hammers against my ribs. The doorknob turns. Victoria enters without knocking. She stands there, silhouetted in the doorway, watching me. I keep my breathing slow and steady. Pretending to sleep, after what feels like forever, she closes the door. I wait. Count to 500. Then I grab my phone and text James. He's stationed overseas, but sometimes he checks messages during breaks. Emergency. Need to talk. ASAP. The text delivers. I stare at the screen, willing him to respond. But nothing comes. He's probably on a mission. Could be days before he sees this. I'm on my own. I look at the time. 1:30 in the morning. Tomorrow, today, technically, Dr. Hammond arrives. Once he's here, once he does his evaluation, I'm trapped. They'll declare me unstable. Maybe commit me involuntarily. I need to leave. Now. Before they can execute their plan, but if I run, they'll call the police. Report me missing. Maybe even claim I'm a danger to myself. And without proof, who would believe me? I need them to confess. On camera. Not just audio. I grab my laptop again and start planning. My old webcam is in my desk drawer. I used it for video calls in high school. I set it up on my bookshelf, angling it toward the door. It's small enough that no one will notice if they're not looking for it. I test it. The video is grainy but clear enough. I can see my whole room. Perfect. I set it to record and hide the laptop under a pile of textbooks. The charging cable runs behind the shelf, plugged into the wall. It'll record for hours. Now I just need to get them to come in here. To talk. To confess on camera. I grab my phone and open the family group chat. It includes me, Dad, and Victoria. I type out a message. I know what you're planning. We need to talk. I hit send. Then I wait. 30 seconds later, footsteps pound up the stairs. Both of them. They burst into my room, Victoria in the lead. What are you talking about? She demands. I sit up in bed, phone in hand. The webcam records everything from its hidden position. The trust, I say clearly. The money Mum left me. You're trying to take it. Dad looks shocked. Riley, how did you? I'm not stupid. I found the safe. I saw the documents. And I know what you put in my tea tonight. Victoria's face goes pale. Then red. Then she laughs. Actually laughs. Robert, she's delusional. This is exactly what I was talking about. I'm not delusional, I say firmly. You drugged me. You're planning to have me declared incompetent. I heard everything. Dad steps forward. Riley, sweetie, you're not well. The stress of your birthday, the inheritance, it's too much. Let us help you. I don't need help. I need you to tell the truth. Victoria crosses her arms. What truth would that be? That you've been stealing from Dad. That you've been planning this for months. That you contacted Dr. Hammond weeks ago to set up a fake diagnosis. Her expression shifts. Just for a second, I see rage flash across her face. Then she controls it. Those are serious accusations, she says coldly. Do you have proof? I stay silent. Let her think I'm bluffing. She moves closer. You found some papers in a safe. So what? Your father and I manage estate planning. That's normal for families. As for the tea, I gave you chamomile to help you sleep. If you had a bad reaction, that's not my fault. What about the pills you tried to force on me tonight? Dad frowns. Those were prescribed by Dr. Hammond. For anxiety. I've never met Dr. Hammond. He's worked with the family for years. Victoria lies smoothly. Your father consulted with him about your behavior. The paranoia. The accusations. He recommended treatment. I look at Dad. Is that true? Did you really talk to this doctor about me? His silence is answer enough. He did. She convinced him I was sick, and he believed her. Dad, I say quietly. Please listen to me. Really listen. When's the last time you and I talked? Just us? Without Victoria there? He thinks about it. Confusion crosses his face. We talk all the time. No. Victoria talks. You listen. But when's the last time you asked me about my life? My plans? My dreams? His expression crumbles. Riley, you don't know what college I'm planning to attend. You don't know I got accepted to 3 different grad programs. You don't know I've been volunteering at the legal aid clinic. Because every time I try to tell you, she interrupts. She changes the subject. She keeps us apart. That's ridiculous, Victoria snaps. I encourage your relationship. Then why did you hide Mom's letters to me? Silence. Both of them stare. I continue. I found them last week. In your closet. 12 letters Mom wrote before she died. For my birthdays. My graduation. My wedding day. You kept them from me for 18 years. Dad turns to Victoria. What is she talking about? Victoria's jaw tightens. Those letters were. I was protecting her. Catherine filled them with nonsense about the money, about the trust. She was sick, Robert. Not thinking clearly. She was dying, I say. And she wanted to make sure I understood my inheritance. That's why you hid them. Because they explained everything. How much money. How the trust works. And what you do if you knew. Dad's face goes white. Victoria. Tell me that's not true. Victoria's mask finally cracks. You want the truth, Robert? Fine. Yes, I kept the letters. Yes, I managed things behind the scenes. Because someone had to. You were a mess after Catherine died. Drowning in grief. Unable to make decisions, I stepped in. I saved this family, by lying to me? Dad's voice shakes. By manipulating my daughter, I gave that girl everything. A mother figure. A home. Stability. And how does she repay me? By counting down the days until she can take her precious money and abandon us. It's my money, I say. Mom left it to me. Your mother was selfish. Victoria screams. She locked away millions while your father struggled. While we took out loans to pay for your private school, your music lessons, your fancy college. We went into debt for you. That was your choice, I shoot back. Dad had life insurance from Mum. I saw the documents. You spent it on your boutique. On vacations. On things for yourself. Dad sinks onto my desk chair. Is that true? Victoria doesn't answer. She's breathing hard, her composure shattered. Everything I did was for us, she finally says. For our future. Yes, I used some of that money to invest. To build something. But it was supposed to pay off. And it would have, if Riley's trust hadn't complicated everything. Complicated? I stand up now, facing her. Mom set up the trust to protect me from people like you. Victoria lunges forward. For a second, I think she's going to hit me. But Dad jumps up, grabbing her arm. Victoria, stop. She jerks away from him. I'm done pretending. That money is as much mine as hers. I raised her. I sacrificed for her. I deserve something. You deserve nothing, I say coldly. And after tonight, you'll be lucky if you don't go to jail. She freezes. What? I pull out my phone. I've been recording everything. Every conversation. Every confession. It's all saved. Backed up. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to the police. The color drains from her face. You're bluffing, try me. Dad looks between us, finally understanding. Riley. You've been recording us? I had to. You wouldn't believe me otherwise. He runs his hands through his hair. This is insane. All of it. Victoria, what have you done? What I had to. She whirls on him. You're weak, Robert. You always have been. Catherine knew it. I knew it. That's why she left everything to a child instead of trusting you to manage it. She knew you'd fail. The room goes quiet. Dad's face crumbles. That was cruel. Even for Victoria. Get out, he whispers. What? Get out of my house. Now. Victoria stares at him. Robert, you don't mean that. I mean it. Pack a bag. Leave. I don't want to see you right now. Her expression hardens. Fine. But this isn't over. Victoria storms out. We hear her in the master bedroom, slamming drawers. Dad sits there, looking broken. I almost feel sorry for him. I'm sorry, he finally says. I didn't know. I should have paid more attention. I should have protected you. You should have believed me, I say quietly. All those times I tried to tell you something was wrong. You chose her, I know. His voice cracks. I was lonely after your mom died. Victoria made me feel needed. I thought she loved me. Loved us. She loved the idea of money. He nods slowly. I see that now. Downstairs, the front door slams. Victoria's car starts in the driveway. Then the sound fades as she speeds away. Dad and I sit in silence. The webcam is still recording from the bookshelf. I've captured everything. Victoria's confession. Her age. Her admission of hiding the letters and manipulating the finances. It's over. I'm safe. But then my phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. This isn't finished. You'll regret this, Victoria. Dad sees my face. What is it? I show him the message. He closes his eyes. She's not going to let this go, I know. We need to call the police. Tonight. Before she does something else, I nod. I'll call. But first, I need to send the recording somewhere safe. Just in case, I spend the next hour uploading everything to 3 different cloud services. I email copies to Kara and to James's backup contact address. I even save them on a USB drive that I hide in a place only I know. Dad calls his lawyer. Then the police. He explains everything. The drugging, the manipulation, the plan to have me committed. The officer who answers sounds skeptical at first. But when Dad mentions we have recordings, her tone changes. We'll send someone over. 2 officers arrive 30 minutes later. A woman named Detective Park and her partner, Officer Chen. They're professional, careful. They listen to the recordings. All of them. The audio from under my pillow. The video from the webcam, the conversations I captured. Detective Park's expression darkens as she listens. This is attempted fraud. Possibly conspiracy. And the drugging. That's assault at minimum. What happens now? I ask. We'll need to get a statement from Dr. Hammond. See if he was complicit or if Miss Victoria was forging his credentials. We'll also need to bring her in for questioning. She's not here, Dad says. She left about an hour ago. Do you know where she went? He shakes his head. She has a sister in Colorado. But I don't know if she'd go there. Officer Chen steps outside to make calls. Detective Park stays with us, asking more questions. Timeline. Details. How long this had been going on. The trust, she says. When does it become accessible? In 6 days, I tell her. My birthday, she nods. We'll expedite this. Make sure she can't interfere with your access. The police leave at dawn. Dad and I sit in the kitchen, exhausted. Neither of us had slept. The house feels strange without Victoria in it. Quieter. Calmer. I never wanted to believe she was capable of something like this, Dad says. I kept making excuses. Telling myself you two just didn't get along. That it was normal step-family tension. It wasn't your fault, it was. I should have seen the signs. Your mother tried to warn me, didn't she? I nod slowly. In the letters. She wrote about protecting me. About making sure the trust was ironclad. She knew Victoria would try something. She was always smarter than me. Dad's eyes fill with tears. God, I miss her. Me too. We sit together as the sun rises through the kitchen window. My phone buzzes. This time it's James. Got your message. What's wrong? I call him immediately. He answers on the first ring. Riley? What happened? I tell him everything. The safe. The drugging. Victoria's plan. The recordings. As I talk, I can hear his breathing get heavier. Angrier. I'll kill her, he says finally. James, no. The police are handling it. You should have called me sooner. You're deployed. What were you going to do from overseas? He's quiet for a moment. Then, I'm requesting emergency leave. I'll be home in 3 days. You don't have to. Yes, I do. You're my sister. I should have been there. Tears sting my eyes. Thank you. The next few days pass in a blur. Detective Park calls with updates. They located Victoria at her sister's house. She's being extradited back to face charges. Drive. Hammond was interviewed. Turns out Victoria had been impersonating a patient to get prescription information. He's cooperating with the investigation. The media catches wind of the story. Local news shows up at our house. Heiress almost drugged and defrauded by stepmother runs on the evening broadcast. I refuse interviews, but they run the story anyway. Kara comes over every day. She brings food and company. I knew something was off, she says. Victoria always gave me weird vibes. You could have mentioned that sooner. Would you have believed me? Probably not. But I appreciate her being here now. James arrives on Thursday, 3 days before my birthday. He's taller than I remember, harder. Military life changed him. But when he hugs me, I feel safe for the first time in months. Where is she? He asks Dad, in custody. They denied bail. Flight risk, James nods, satisfied. Then he turns to me. Show me the recordings. I do. All of them. He watches silently, his jaw clenched. When Victoria's voice comes through, threatening me, his hands ball into fists. She's lucky she's in jail, he mutters. Because if I got my hands on her, James, Dad warns, I'm serious. That woman tried to destroy our sister. For money. I don't care what she sacrificed or how hard she worked. You don't drug a kid. You don't try to lock them up to steal their inheritance. I know, Dad says quietly. I know. My birthday arrives. 25 feels different than I expected. Not because of the money waiting for me, but because of everything I survived to get here. Detective Park calls in the morning. Victoria's pleading guilty. Her lawyer advised her to cooperate. She'll probably get 5 years, maybe more depending on the judge. Good, I say firmly. There's one more thing. She wants to see you. To apologize. I don't hesitate. No, are you sure? It might give you closure. I have closure. She tried to destroy me, and she failed. That's all I need to know. Detective Park doesn't push. Understood. Take care of yourself, Riley. I hang up and head downstairs. James has made breakfast, pancakes with way too many chocolate chips, just like Mom used to make. Dad's at the table reading the paper. Happy birthday, sweetheart, he says, smiling genuinely for the first time in days. Thanks, Dad. We eat together. No tension. No secrets. Just family. At noon, my phone pings with a notification. The trust funds have been transferred. I check my bank account. The number is staggering. More money than I could spend in several lifetimes. James whistles. That's Wow, yeah. What are you going to do with it? I've thought about this. Finish college first. Then maybe law school. I want to help people who've been taken advantage of by family members. People like me who almost lost everything. Dad's eyes well up. Your mother would be so proud. I hope so. 6 months later, I'm sitting in my first day of law school. The classroom is packed with nervous students. Everyone's introducing themselves, sharing why they want to be lawyers. When it's my turn, I stand up. My name is Riley Chen. I'm here because I almost lost everything to someone I trusted. And I want to make sure that never happens to anyone else. The professor nods approvingly. Personal experience often makes the best lawyers. After class, several students approach me. They've seen the news coverage. Some share their own stories of family betrayal, financial abuse, manipulation. I listen to each one, taking mental notes. This is why Mom left me the money. Not just to have it, but to use it for good. Victoria's sentencing happened last month. 7 years in prison. Dad didn't attend, but I did. I wanted to look her in the eye one last time. She avoided my gaze the entire hearing. As they led her away, she finally glanced back. No apology. No remorse. Just anger that she got caught. I felt nothing. She couldn't hurt me anymore. James extended his deployment, but we video chat every week. Dad's seeing a therapist, working through his guilt and grief. He's dating again, someone kind, genuine, who actually likes me. I've used some of the trust money to start a foundation. It helps young adults escape abusive family situations. Provides legal aid, housing assistance, therapy. So far, we've helped 43 people. Mom would be proud. As I walk across campus, my phone rings. It's Detective Park. Riley, I wanted to let you know, Victoria tried to appeal her sentence. It was denied. Good. Also, Dr. Hammond's medical license was revoked. He won't be able to hurt anyone else. I smile. Thank you for everything, Detective. You did the hard part. You were brave enough to fight back. After we hang up, I sit on a bench overlooking the quad. Students rush by, heading to classes, living their lives. I think about that night when I lay in bed, drugged and helpless, listening to Victoria plot my destruction. I could have given up. Taken those pills. Let them win. But I didn't. I pretended to sleep. I recorded everything. I fought back with the only weapons I had, truth and evidence, and I won. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a message from the foundation. A young woman just reached out. Her stepfather is trying to steal her inheritance. She needs help. I immediately call her back. Hi, this is Riley. Tell me everything. As she talks, I take notes. I know exactly how she feels. The fear. The helplessness. The anger at being betrayed by someone who was supposed to protect you. You're going to be okay, I tell her when she finishes. I promise. We'll help you through this. She starts crying. Thank you. I didn't know who else to call. You called the right person. Now, first thing we need to do is document everything. Do you have a way to record conversations? I think so. My phone has a voice memo app. Perfect. Here's what you're going to do. As I walk her through the steps, the same steps that saved me, I feel a sense of purpose. This is what I'm meant to do. Help others fight back. Give them the tools to protect themselves. Victoria tried to drug me into silence. Instead, she taught me the power of staying awake, of listening, of recording, of fighting back with evidence and truth. She wanted to keep me quiet, but now, I'm using my voice to help others find theirs, and that's the sweetest revenge of all.